Hi everyone, welcome back to Rachel Pichler Yoga and to day 28. We are going to be stretching some of my favorite areas of the body today, the hips and shoulders. So find a little bit of space to move and let's get started. So just finding a nice comfy seated position. We'll start off nice and easy by getting into the shoulders. So we can take the right arm and just bring it behind the lower back. Maybe those fingers can come out the other side and you can interlace them together. But just tuck that arm behind your back as much as you can and let your head fall towards the left shoulder. Just letting yourself close the eyes if you're comfortable and just diving in. Feeling the stretch through the shoulder, the neck, maybe even into the arm. And then we'll use an inhale to lift the head. You can let that arm come out from behind and we'll switch sides. That left arm can wrap around and let the head fall towards the right shoulder. This feels so good right now. Using an inhale, lift your head back up. I usually don't know how tight my neck is until I start to stretch it. So today is a good day for this. Starting to just bring your arms back to your lap or your knees. Bring the shoulders up to your ears, pulling them back, drop them down. Take a nice slow shoulder roll. And then one more. Awesome, you guys. All right, let's take that right arm and just sweep it across the chest and hug it in a little closer. And then slowly release and let's switch sides. Left arm can come across, hug it in. Nice gentle stretches to start off here. Awesome work. So let that go. We're just going to move the soles of the feet together and find our butterfly. So you can have your heels as close to your hips as you would like them. You might want the hands to come behind you to help support and give you a nice long spine. Or you might want to tip forwards and fold a little bit, whatever feels good on the hips. But let's just try to avoid really squeezing the toes and pulling ourselves forward. Just let your upper body go as far as as the hips will let it go. And take another breath here. And then you can start to come back wherever you are at that moment. Bring the knees together. So the feet are going to find the floor. We'll bring the feet out nice and wide and find our chicken wing pose. So you can start by bringing the elbows in between the knees. Option 1, just rest the hands on your shoulders. Let your head be heavy. Option 2 is to bring the top of the hand to the outside of your ribs or your side body and then tuck the elbow in. So that internal rotation of the shoulder might be a lot. You might only want to do one arm at a time. But if you want to come for a full chicken, you can do both. And then if you need more, you just gently pull the knees towards the middle. But if you're doing one, I'm going to tell you when to switch sides. Everybody, if you're able to just let the head be heavy, let the head be heavy. Let those shoulders just soften, stretch, relax. And those of you that are doing one hand or arm at a time, I should say, one shoulder, you can switch sides. If you're good to stay, stay. If you want a little more, those knees are going to come together. If you want to come out, you can definitely come out. Awesome, you guys. This is one of those poses where I feel like I could stay for like 20 minutes, but then when I come out, I'm like, oh my gosh. So slowly, slowly let that go. Maybe you need to take some shoulder rolls. I sure do. Just loosen things up a little bit, and then let's come on to our hands and knees. So come onto your hands and knees. We're going to bring our right foot forwards. Finding a lunge, so stagger that back knee a little bit further back so that you can get into that lovely left hip flexor. You can keep your hands on the mat if you want to focus on the hips. And if you want to come up and add some shoulders to this lovely lunge, you can hit two birds with one stone, the hips and the shoulders. So if you want to come with me, we're going to come for eagle arms. Reach your arms out wide. That right arm can come over top of the left. Maybe you're just going to give yourself a big hug, or maybe you're going to bring the palms towards each other and lift those elbows. Pull the shoulders away from the ears though, and then sink into those hips. Don't forget to let those hips just sink forwards and down. Awesome work. So if you widen your arms together, let's reach them out nice and wide and then drop them all the way down. So we'll just start to move that front foot over to the left side, heel toe it over, lay your shin down, set up your pigeon. So you can definitely move your heel in towards that left hip. Take a nice big breath in, lift the chest, and then lower it down. Pigeon. Just a few more breaths here. Sinking into those hips. If you want a little extra, the foot can just come away from the left hip a little bit, but just go as far as you need to. A lot of times we try to push it too far in this one, and we'll get a better stretch if we just go where we need to be. And take just a few more breaths here. Rest your head on something. Maybe close your eyes if you haven't already. And then nice and slow. Let's start to lift up, even though I kind of want to stay. Let's start to switch sides. We're not doing a yin practice today. We're just trying to create some flexibility, some shorter holds. So come back up onto your knees, even if you want to stay longer. We're going to switch sides. That left foot's going to come forwards, setting up the lunge. Sinking into those hips. Option to lift the chest and add your eagle arms, or just keep your hands on the ground. So if you are coming for the eagle arms, just bring the left arm over top this time. Maybe stay here, or maybe bring the palms towards each other. Wind those arms together. Just sinking into those hips. We'll use an inhale to unwind the arms, reach it out, and then let it go down. We'll start to set up for our pigeon, moving your foot over to that right side this time. Set up where you want your heel, your foot to be, maybe nice and close to that right hip to start. And then you can, let's take that one inhale before we lower the chest. Keep that chest proud. Sink those hips down, and then you can fold forward. Resting your head on something if you are able. Just take all the weight out of the neck, out of the shoulders. So nice and slow, we'll start to lift back up. Bringing that left knee back in next to the right one. Maybe rocking the hips side to side if you need to move a little bit. But we'll do one last stretch for the shoulders, puppy dog. You can reach your arms out in front and then let your forehead and your chest lower down. And then with an inhale, you can just start to lift back up. We're going to bring our knees out nice and wide. If child's pose is a good hip stretch for you, you can keep your big toes together. But if you want some extra, you can actually bring your feet out wider, all the way out to the edges of the mat, somewhere in between feet touching and the edges of the mat. But you still want to send the hips back towards the heels. Maybe push into the hands a little bit to help you do that. And then rest your forehead or cheek down. Taking one more breath here. And then with an inhale, let's start to lift the forehead, the hips. Transition into a nice comfy seat. Whatever that looks like for you. Just close your eyes, placing your hands either on your lap or your knees. Let's take a nice big inhale and exhale. One more nice big inhale and exhale. Awesome work today, you guys. I hope you're feeling a little bit more open through your hips, through your shoulders. Have a great rest of your day, and I will see you tomorrow. Namaste.